Hey everybody, today we're going to do something very different. Today what we're going to mess around with is some Kerbal Space Programs. Let's bust that open. Oh, Kerbal Space Program. I've played way too much of this game. I can't help myself though. I love it. What we're streaming here is we're streaming kind of a proof of concept. What you're seeing here, let me save this real fast. Roadmaster launch platform. Alright. Okay, let me get rid of this real fast. Let's just I'll get rid of that too. Good, this is the Roadmaster Kerbin test. There we go. Save that. Okay. Last but not least, let me hook this up. So, okay. Let me explain what I'm doing here so you can see. I don't know about you guys. Rovers were always one of those things that drove me up a wall. I mean, lots of people used rovers. I saw lots of cool videos of people using rovers. But I always had a hard time actually getting them to the planet. Getting them to where I want to go. It always seemed like a pain in the butt. They were always weirdly balanced. Attaching them to a rocket was kind of a pain in the butt. So lately I've been messing around a lot with ion engines, and I had the idea to combine an ion engine space probe and a rover, and this is what I've come up with. Let me show you this real fast. Let me launch this. Okay. So we're just going to zip around on Kerbin so you can see this thing in action. Don't mind the awkward supports and the pod that you see there. Whoa. Okay. I guess I want to be that far zoomed out. All right. Here we go. All right. Yeah. Don't mind this stuff here. This is just you can't put a pilot into the pilot chair. You have to manually take them from another module that supports people, walk him to the chair, and then board it. So all this stuff here is just to get Jebediah into the chair. So let's see here. We walk Jebediah down. Good job, Jebediah. Go ahead and board that. Boom. Okay, good. Jebediah's in. Good. Let's get rid of all this crap here. Oh, landing gears. There we go. Good. And that there's taken care of. You know what I need is some sound. Let me put up some sound. There we go. Oh yes, that glorious explosion sound. Alright. Ooh, gosh. Exploderific. Man, that thing's still exploding. Okay, well let's take this thing out for a spin. There we go. Alright. So we've got here these, what are these? These are the TR2L ruggedized vehicle wheel. I tried a few different wheels and a few different bodies. I found that these are the most stable. They've got decent speed to them. I can, especially if I turn the steering off for the back ones, I can go fast enough without losing control, without wiping out and all that kind of good stuff. So this thing's the real deal. Let me stop. Burp. There we go. This thing is the real deal. Let's pretend that it's nighttime and on some foreign planet. Nighttime. There we go. Good. I even have lights. Look where those lights are attached. It's important that they're that way for balancing. So you noticed it has the landing gear. This thing and the ion engine that's back here. Let me fire up the ion engine there. There you go. You're not going to get a lot of thrust out of that, especially not when you're on the planet's surface. But that ion engine should give me enough thrust to be able to land vertically on at least a few of the smaller moons. I don't know if it'll work on the moon. I think I might need another engine to make that work. But I can definitely land on Minmus, which is where we're going to take this here in just a minute. Also some of the other smaller moons. I should be able to They should be able to get on. So okay, so the 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 problems that I had the with rovers was that it was always a pain in the butt to get them on the planet. But now that the rover is the lander, and I've got the legs set to separate control groups, so that way it can always fall forward and land on the front part of the wheels. That solves that problem. But the next problem is, well, what if I want to bring Jebediah back to Kerbin? He doesn't want to spend his days on Minmus. I mean, Minmus is cool. You can jump really high, but that gets old after about 5 minutes or so. And let me show you my solution for that. I'm pretty pleased with the solution. See if I can get it to go to the first time. First, let me put these. Let me go this way a little bit. Okay. Oops. Maybe not quite so much. There we go. Oops. Yep. I goofed it up. Let me try this again. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Ah! Killed my speed too quick. There we go. That's right. By using one of these LT2 landing struts, the ones that have this funky the funky deploy animation where it kind of flips down, I designed a ship that can catapult itself back up onto the legs and then use the ion drive to get up and away. Again, the ion drive doesn't provide enough thrust really to get away from a lot of places. I can't get away from, for example, the moon. The moon's got a little too much gravity. Obviously, Kerbin's got way too much gravity. A lot of the larger planets and larger moons I'd have a hard time getting away from. But some of them, I can use this not only to land, but I can also rove around. And then when I'm ready, find a nice flat spot, back up, get back on the legs, and take off. So the real trick here, is actually testing it out. So let me put myself back down. Is actually going to Minmus and seeing how that'll work, because you know, this self-propping up solution works fine here, but Minmus is an entirely different beast. So we're going to have to... What just blew up? I don't even know. Oh gosh. Did I lose? Ow! I don't know what I'm losing. Was that a landing leg? Nope, my landing legs are there. I have no idea what just broke. I am legitimately confused about what just happened. What did I lose? I didn't lose any landing legs. My solar panels are all in place. My lights! My lights broke. Okay, so maybe the lights there isn't a good idea. I'll mess around with some other things. But in the meantime, let's try taking this up. Let's take it up to space. You see, I also have a parachute. We'll have to test and see how well that parachute actually works there. It'd probably be better to put it here on the docking port. But ultimately, what I'd like to build this little guy here that can dock with a mothership and be used for probing a variety of surfaces rather than getting there on its own power. Although with the ion drive, it does actually do a pretty good job of going pretty far on its own. All right, so let's load this up.